Hey everyone, welcome to another video review. This is the Transformers Generation Selects TTG-S07 Overbite, the, I guess, fifth member of the King Poseidon Seacon guys. Yes, and you can see there he's a shark thing. We'll move off to the side because, yep, we're looking at this box again because that's just what we do. Yep, box. Yep, it's once again Masterpiece S-style slipcover for the Hasbro release, you know, with the Transformers Generation Selects and copyrights and ownership and whatnot, made in Vietnam. Yeah, nothing really special about that box. Inside, of course, is the original Takara box. You can see, yep, once again, wireframe of the toy in both modes, robot and beast, I guess. Transformers, yeah, 35th anniversary, you know, grid pattern on the background, logo, and back here you got a bunch of copyrights, warnings, and I guess don't eat the toy. And of course, once again, the cardboard box on the inside of the Decepticon logo and kind of the little patterns around it. Not much to say there. And inside, you'll have the Decepticon logo behind the toy and the Generation Selects logo up here on the top. And you also get the instructions. Again, pretty good instructions for the most part. Yeah, again, the whole thing is all the accessory stuff is kind of at the very end of the instructions on the back. So there you go. Right. Overbite. Yes, he is a shark with feet and arms. He is the most dangerous kind of shark. He is a land shark. There you go. Yep, and you can see lots of greens and purples on this one, and pinks. Greens, purples, and pinks here. A little bit of silver and red, yellow eyes, silver teeth. Yep. Pretty nice little thing. He's a remold of the Ripper Snapper from the Terracons of Power of the Primes. And again, he's really good looking shark. Yeah, he's a really good looking shark thing. Looks really nice. You can do a bit, you know, articulation. He's got ball joint here. So that's move around, move out pretty far. Got a little hinge here, so you can move that forward and back. That's the range right there. Arms on ball joint, so outward, forward, all around. There's ball jointed elbows and a wrist swivel, I guess. So you can clawing action. Mouth can open pretty far. Nice little bit of red detailing there for the inside of the mouth. And the fin can, the tail fin can go up and down a bit, although it kind of looks a little weird when you do so. But you can adjust that, and it's a clicky multi-hinge thing. The other thing is, yeah, mine, this leg is a little loose. It's not as bad as it was with Golf, where it could completely collapse on its own weight, but it is a little loose, so there's that. There's actually a lot of loose parts on this guy. Weirdly enough, I think this pin was not fired all the way in, because you can see it's kind of sticking out a bit. It hasn't affected it too much, but I'm a little worried about it. I might try to get it all the way in, unless that's the way it's supposed to be, in which case weird. And I guess, of course, he comes with accessories. The hand, as usual. A sword. Yeah, kind of similar to Golf's. In fact, it's exactly Golf's got different color on the inside. And a gun, which you can store on all this stuff on the shark mode here. And here, the hand you can actually put here on the back right here. What you do is there's the slots on the hand right here. There's 2 slots and 2 tabs. You got to put it in. Make sure this peg is flipped out, because it goes kind of in here. If it's flipped up, this fin can't go underneath. So you gotta go in, you gotta kind of do that and tab it in. Careful with that. You can tab it in, and you know, you can move these 2 middle fingers up a little bit just so it can do that. And then you can also peg the gun right there on that, in that peg hole, and then peg the sword here. And that's the official storage in alt mode. Yeah, that's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Works really well. Kind of gangly. And yeah, there's also a peg hole up here if you want to use that instead. You can flip this down, use that peg hole if you want to store. He's got a lot of peg holes in his feet, and so on. But that's the official way. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, nice little shark mode. Nice colors too. I like purple. I like purple a lot. So yeah, nice colors, nice shark mode. Other than the loose ball joint. So I'm going to go ahead and go into, how about leg mode first? That seems like a good idea. So yeah, to do that, what you want to do is take the, I'm trying to remember the exact one they want here. Yeah, here you want to take this, you're going to have to actually split, I believe it's, no. Okay, that's right. Yeah, you want to take this and just move this back right there, out of the way for leg mode. And then take these and peg them in the side like this. There's little pegs here. You just peg this in the side. I was a little confused about the tail fin because there's a couple different configurations for that, and depending on which mode, we'll change that. You take the shark head and move it up and out of the way like this. You want to rotate the robot head around like this and move the peg around 180. And yeah, that's also, this is peg is usually tie on here. And with the shark head, you want to move this down. It's on multiple hinges. You want to take this down and also rotate. There's a hinge here and a hinge here. You want to move it such a way that these tabs right up here will go in these little slots right there. And just line it up properly and do that. Then take the arms, flip them around. There's a tab on the side of the arm which will go in the slot here. Like so. Move the hand around like that. The same thing here. Move the hand around. And there you go. That's pretty much the leg mode. And then you can also tab the foot in the bottom and tab the hand into the back of the foot. There you go, the leg mode. As you can see, that's the one big problem with this, is this stuff right here on the shark head is super loose. So these tabs are not very secure, so it doesn't take much to untab it, and it's just flopping around, unfortunately. Another thing is, yeah, this is something I noticed, which is these panels on the backs of the legs also do not hold in super well when they're up against the body, unfortunately. But yeah, so it's doesn't take much to make these knock loose, unfortunately. Yeah, of course, like I said earlier, these tabs up here aren't super solid, and these joints right here, these are super loose joints. A lot of the joints on this shark head are very loose. It's really annoying to deal with, to be honest. But anyway, moving on from there, see gun mode. So yeah, go ahead and remove this stuff. I'm gonna move into the gun mode, which it's kind of weird because, well, for one thing, you gotta take the head and move the robot head back around, and yeah, and you can see this just flops right out of its tabs. These you want to rotate like this, and then they tell you in the instructions to take these, and you're supposed to move the feet like this and then peg it back in. Unfortunately, the way this is, you can't peg it back in like this. The feet are kind of, the feet just, the loose connection's loose, and yeah, the feet are just kind of banging into the side of the leg here. So if you want it like this, like it shows you, you have to not really peg it in, but if you want to peg it in, you have to leave it like this. So it's kind of one of those make your choice and deal with it type things. Then you take the gun here and peg it in right here, and take of course the hand and remove this, and which is in there really tight, and then go ahead and peg it there, and there's your gun mode. Yep, pretty nice. This is the official gun mode, or the official the one they want you to use. I guess this is the one that's on the promo shots. Is the one in gun mode. So there you go. That's pretty straightforward. And finally, arm mode. Move that. Retab that in because it's annoying. Yeah, take that and of course put that all back together. Take the gun out. And then you want to go ahead, and this part, I believe you want to, I think they want you to do it like this. It's either that or they want you to do that. I think it's this. I'm going to go ahead and do that. And you have to, okay, remove the, unfold those. And then to get these past the fin, you have to actually separate the legs and move them out and around the fin like that. It's really, that's a little annoying thing right there, is that. Then you got to re-tab them together, and hope you do it all correctly. Yeah, tab them back together. And actually, before you do hand, so then this is where you want to fold the legs up like this and get it all lined up. Fold the fins into the legs like that. Yeah, these I noticed. This is the one figure I noticed. This head just it kind of fights against these tabbing in for the legs, or I guess arm, and then move that in, and then tab it all together like that. Once again, fix the shark head, rotate this forward whichever way, and then peg this in, and there you go. There's the arm. And that's, once again, a pretty decent arm mode if it wasn't for the floppy shark head. That's the biggest problem, is this thing is so floppy, and I don't know why that's the case. It just doesn't work very well. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much the arm mode there. So yeah, it's a good arm mode. Yeah, and then finally you get to robot mode. Remove that, straighten out the legs, rotate them so they're facing forward, split them apart, like so. Move the combiner peg down, like that. Rotate the head around. Once again, take the shark head and re-tab it in because it'll inevitably come loose. Untab the arms, rotate them around at the elbow, and then rotate the fists around. And there you go. There's Overbites. Robot mode. Yeah. So the robot mode here, yeah, it's a good looking robot mode. It's like, it's based on Ripper Snapper, so which I did like that mold back in the, back when it came out, and it still works well here. Like that, except the problem is something sort of mold degradation or something, because again, some weirdness here. This is super loose. It doesn't take much for this to untab. Unfortunately, it really doesn't, because the tabs just don't go in. I don't know if the tabs are too big, the slot's too small, or it's just they're too shallow. I don't know what it is. I don't know if I just don't have it lined up correctly, but any which way, it doesn't take much for this to loosen itself. I think I got this all lined up properly. The thing is just multiple hinges here. And on top of that, mine, this right here, this hinge, it's not pegged in super well, so it doesn't take much to pop it out of its joint. And it's really easy when you're trying to rotate the shark head into position to accidentally pop it out of the joint because you just moved it too far. So that's kind of annoying. But yeah, lots of purple in this. You got the purple chest, purple legs, purple waist, purple arms. Yeah, so lots more purple. So I really like that. The head is, kind of Decepticon, it almost looks like the Decepticon symbol itself. Yeah, so it's like, you got that in that greenish color with a nice gold faceplate and red eyes. You also got the gold shoulders and, a little bit, the greenish tealish color Decepticon symbol. Again, there's a red on the knee pads and silver on the boots and whatnot. Yeah. And of course the molded detail all around here, which, looks nice. And you got the pink on the arms as well. It looks really nice. It does. It just, it's that weird, annoying combination of loose and loose and tight. That's like when you struggle to move the tight thing, the loose thing comes undone or what comes off or whatever. Happens a lot with the shark head when I'm trying to move like this hinge up here, this hinge pops off or whatever, stuff like that. It's just a little frustrating. This ball joint right here is a little on the loose side. Yeah, it's just little frustrations, and these feet is just how they tell you to do that for the gun mode doesn't actually work, at least not on mine. Yeah, there's little frustrations that kind of mount. They kind of weaken him overall, which is unfortunate because, again, it was a good mold initially, but they kind of just, I guess the remolding process kind of screwed up a lot of stuff in the process. And yeah, it's just I used process twice. But yeah, it's a little frustrating on that end. So there's, I guess, that. Articulation, ball jointed head, so left, right, up, down, a little bit of waggle, not a whole lot because of it is a nice tight head, so there's that. But yeah. Nice little ball joint there. That just came undone again. Ball jointed shoulders though. So forward, all around, outward, pretty far. You got this hinge right here. So you got a lot of extra motion because of that hinge. I believe this on a pins. I think it's like Ripper Snappers should be able to come out, but I'm a little afraid because that was a lot of resistance. I don't want to break it. Also saw apparently someone's just didn't have a pin in it. Anyway. That's articulation. Ball jointed elbow, so, got bend about that far into the full. That also doubles as a bicep swivel. But there, you got the wrist swivel, which is nice. Full unhindered waist swivel. Waist swivel, right there. A little bit, can bump a little bit into this fin if you have it transformed a certain way, but, you know, just kind of adjust until you got it. But, yeah, it is a full 360 waist swivel. Ball joint, hips, so forward, back, outward, about that far. This is one of those ball joints that should actually have full outward movement, but it doesn't for reasons. Yeah, thigh swivel, unhindered, a little loose, to be honest, but it works. Knees, 90-degree bend, and no foot articulation whatsoever. So yeah, that's articulation. And, of course, weapons. He can hold his guns, no problem. Just good old 5mm pegs. Or his gun, I should say. Again, that came off. That's the biggest frustration, is this shark head. It's just everything on it's super loose. He also has his sword, which you can, you know, again, peg on. Storage, I guess, if you want. There's, you know, if you want it holding it, you can just peg the sword back here, or something, or the gun. This, he can hold it, I guess. I mean, you can do that. That's kind of storage of sorts. Or on the back here. I'm not going to accidentally pop that up. But I guess you can store it places. You know, there's multiple storage points for weapons and whatnot. So it's not too terrible. There is a place to put this if you don't mind it kind of just chilling out on the side of the robot or something. But, oh man, this is just getting frustrating. It does not take much for that shark head to pop out of alignment and just flop around. So yeah, that's the biggest flaw with this guy, is this stupid shark head. I don't know what, if mine's just I just got a bad one or what, but yeah, it's just really frustrating when this does not tab in super well. Which mars what would have been otherwise just a good figure. It would have been I would have been this great figure, but unfortunately, yeah, there's just the numerous just tolerance issues, I guess, on the joints and whatnot. Which unfortunately, yeah, cause issues. But yeah, so he's honestly a little weaker than he should be, but so yeah, as a standalone figure, he's not very, I don't think he's very solid, at least mine isn't. Which is disappointing because he looks great aesthetically and everything, and he should be good. So yeah, what was it? Yeah, $35, whatever it was for one of these guys, although they're sold out everywhere, but now you can get they're going to do the was it King Neptune or Neptune, whatever it is, for the Beast Wars 2 versions repaint. So that box that's coming, if you want that, now it's going to be easy. If you want the whole set of Seacons, you might as well just get the Beast Wars 2 version. That'll be a lot easier on your wallet because of just the nature of things. So yeah, again, I think this is the one that's kind of little struggles to justify a little bit. I think his retail price point, just because of, at least for mine, just because of the little flaws. But if it wasn't for those, if you get, I don't know how far widespread they are, but if there are good versions of this that don't have the issues that mine has with looseness, then yeah, it would be worth it, if barely. But if most of them are like this with the looseness and whatnot, then yeah, it's only worth it just basically because you want to complete this complete set of Seacons. Otherwise, it's just kind of eh. So yeah, that's my verdict on this. I don't know how widespread. If the issues are widespread, then yeah, not worth it. But if they aren't, then it might be just barely worth it. If you can find them at retail, don't ever overpay on these ones for sure. But yeah, I think that's it. I hope you liked it. I hope you like, comment, subscribe, notification bell clicking. Do that. You can follow my Twitter. I'm at Nemesis Prime 1. Patreon, coffee. Help things out if you like. And yeah. That's it. And I shall see you next time when another video review.